Anyways, let's refocus back on the.
Yep. We've got bird versus mouse or rat. So RMD, a fellow Olympian, as I like to call them, and developing a very different style, very much more patient. I guess I'm just, endlessly aggressive, and it never pays off, especially against a Rasta. And Wacky's played against me and had some frustrating moments, I remember, leading into games and the Olympia matchup, and studied it up quite a lot. So I'm curious to see how RMD actually changes it up, and maybe the different playstyle between us will affect this actual dynamic between them.
I mean, I'm thinking of the set ahead, and it's making me laugh. I'm sure many are aware that Wacky's had some difficulties playing against RMD before. It's a tough matchup, and the way that RMD, is that not what I said?
Yeah. Oh no, I think we've both been saying the wrong people, because it's Sky versus RMD. I've said Wacky, but Sky's played against. Wow, I've thrown us completely off.
I've been misled by my co-commentator. I'm gonna throw them under
I'm
the bus
sorry.
Right now.
Slap the hand. Yeah. I'll take a Rasta clap for that. But yeah,
so
Sky very technical.
Commentary, I won't take any responsibility for anything.
No. I let you down, S&C, but I hope we can work again together.
All right, well, this is a lot more interesting all of a sudden. Sky.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. Rasta main from NZ. Really interesting.
Very technical. Yeah.
How she'll fare in the matchup. Yeah,
we are ready.
I have commented this about Sky's Rasta before. You can really see that they have the Zeta background. The way that their Rasta plays, it almost has those moments where you can see that shine. Now, RMD, I know only recently became an Olympia main. It had some experience with the game as early as, I want to say, 2018, maybe even earlier, 2017, in Western Australia's Perth scene with Pretzel.
Mm-hmm.
But RMD's rise to the scene is a really recent thing. They absolutely fell in love with the character, and I think their playstyle has been really challenging for a lot of people over the course of this Emmy season.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think what RMD is really embodying in the Olympia is the ability for Olympia to apparently stall the games. Oh my goodness, that's down strong. That is a danger of the recovery for an Olympia versus a Rasta for sure. One of the things that I actually got from playing some ranked against some of the goodness, no, you hate to see that.
Or you love to see it if you're on a
you love to see it, yeah. No, definitely, yeah. That wasn't
if
the full
your opponent's going to give you those openings, you have to take them. I really love seeing a player actually take advantage of it.
You're right, certainly much better, but what I was saying is that Olympia's apparently known in the Japan scene as being a campy character, and a character that just sort of walls you out, which I've never seen because that's not the kind of style I've seen. And I think RMD can switch between being very patient and held back and defended, and going straight in and scrapping and being very dangerous up close.
With Olympia's toolkit, I think you have to take a more considered approach with the character. You're not going to win the trades and the scrappy style that we've been watching some other characters fare pretty well against. Especially with tools like the Super Armor Down special, and you can dash out of that, and you have things like the Crystal Field there. It really favours the more considered approach, and it's something that we've seen the NA scene have to come to grips against with Sego in the last RCS season. RMD, only person in Oceania really adopting that playstyle to my knowledge, and we're seeing them in the finals here, and has to lead to some level of success.
Indeed. And one thing that I know that RMD is catching up that last bit of the up special. One of the key defining traits of RMD is using that side special a lot, and it's just been at the beginning it used to be very punished, but now managed to sneak it in before the hit, and an up special will close it. Yeah, just using it very prominently, and now being very good at not leaving themselves open. So we'll have to see how Sky adapts to that.
it looks to me that Sky's doing well so far. Game 1 on the
Yeah,
board.
very well. Although we have to say there was a big gift given to them.
You call it a gift, I call it a blessing.
Yeah. Sky definitely not shying away from taking it. Right, so we're running it back on Crystal Oasis again. Home turf here for Olympia. Here we go, caught out on a side special, but nothing came of it.
So it really is the flat stages I was talking about earlier. Rasta does favour this sort of stage, and I think RMD is looking for the longer stage so that he can play to those strengths in his movement.
Indeed, but there is actually a counter to this. If it's too flat, there is a moment when Slipstream is up where suddenly having the actual projectile for Crystal Field is actually a benefit to Olympia because you can use it just like the Slipstream to interrupt Rasta's Slipstream approaches. Yeah. You just have to keep it until the Slipstream is out because if they clash, the Slipstream wins, and that can be a bad day for Olympia. But we're seeing that this is not part of the playstyle at the moment for RMD.
We're seeing those low blast zone coming into favor there.
Yep.
Almost.
Oh, goodness me, that was rough and very well done by Sky, my goodness.
I mean, she's done a good job of closing it out, but off stage here and without many jumps, if any, RMD needs to find a way to force Sky back off stage and she's only just landed there.
Yeah.
That was a very dangerous situation.
But Sky manages to navigate it quite well, I find. Oh my goodness, a taunt.
I have to wonder if it's a misinput, but we've seen RMD go for these kind of things before.
Yeah, we have.
No
strangers to doing some shenanigans.
At the ironic, dark skin or, changing the skin when RMD's mad after a loss.
Is that what it is? I always just thought it was just I feel better with this skin. I didn't know.
No. That's doing the full anime style.
Powering up like Goku. Oh, there's one of the things to watch out for. The side special of a Rasta will completely forego the super armor.
Yeah, the down special rather. Yeah, it's 2 hitboxes.
Oh, down special. Yeah.
Multiple hits on your hitboxes like that, you can find a way through the armor. I mean, can lead to some pretty polarizing matchups against Olympia, but with Rasta, that's one of the few that you have to sort of beat it out.
And one apiece at the moment, so the run back was actually in Olympia's favor, and now we are going to be taking it to another very flat stage for Game 3, the Endless Abyss.
Really interesting seeing this dynamic come into play.
Indeed, because I don't know, personally as an Olympia player, I've often quite liked this stage versus a Rasta, but Sky seems to think differently quite a lot.
Oh, it's a very strong stage for Rasta as well, but again, the matchup can be polarizing. I think both players are looking at their characters' strengths rather than their opponents on the stage select screen, potentially, and if they're both willing to fight it out in the flat stages like this, then they must think that they're going to do it better than the other person, so it is a gamble that you have to take sometimes. I mean, we are one apiece, so more data needed? Question mark.
It's just slugging it out now and using what you know. Ooh. Trying to rely a little bit too much on that armor at the moment, and Sky putting in too many hits for it to be effective. Good catch there with the up special and sort of slowly closing the distance between them, but not if Sky has anything to say about it.
And it really is a long stage, and RMD is playing back as much as possible. I think they are forcing Sky to approach here, and normally both characters want to pick their moments, but I think RMD is just forcing Sky to take the initiative here.
Indeed, and it's actually quite interesting to see Sky adapting a little bit and not putting the... Ooh, that will be a kill. A slipstream too low down to the ground, making it easy for RMD to parry it and then being without it.
I mean, we haven't seen many of the parries come out so far against slipstream. I think that is an adaptation that RMD needs to make. I mean,
well, we've seen one. Ooh, great crystal. This is one of the other things defining playstyle features of RMD. RMD really likes to use the focus attack to just dodge past you and sort of switch up the direction of engagement, and using those invincible frames or intangible frames to their advantage, just as you're moving forwards. We saw it.
Ooh, going off deep off stage. The down air was really nice there, but needs to keep it going. Sky forcing him off stage, and
Oh, right off the top.
Caught off the top. I thought that DI was going to be all right, but no, just caught in at the first hit and brought up all the way to the top.
Potentially wasn't holding out enough on that final hit.
No. And we're going to have a run back again. I think RMD is very much set on having the last word on each map so far. Oh, here we go. The parry is coming in. Is this the beginning of a new phase?
You really don't want to see, the stubbornness kind of.
I don't know. Really hit RMD here. If another loss on this stage back to back, it makes you look like the fool.
Yeah. Who knows? But a win at the other time might be a message that sort of could dissuade other characters, or other players rather.
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think that's how it works. I don't
know.
think anyone is watching this set going like, oh yeah, you know what, I'm just...
I'm trying to reason RMD's choices for us, but maybe you're right. It's just a personal choice.
I mean, RMD... I don't know, there are openings there, and that's what Sky's been taking advantage of. RMD's using the mechanics really well and using the tool set, but there are just certain times where I'm just questioning some of the choices. And against a character like Rasta, any small mistake like that, that's going to really lead into something. But it's interesting to see that RMD's still playing a little bit slow with the stock lead here and trying to find their
I think it's been one of the defining traits of the gameplay that's come out from R&D to just sort of play very patient. And I think it's also due to playing against nice charge up there, managing to DI out the up special well for a Sky. It's a necessity for the amount of playtime that RMD gets versus Pretz. We find that the Foz matchup is one that you have to really respect to be patient about, and I think that's shaped the way we're seeing RMD play here.
Sky finally getting on the board with that.
Yeah.
200% though, it's not what you want to be seeing.
No.
I mean, we saw some games go Sky's way with some earlier kills, finding ways to gimp RMD off stage, but we're going to be need to see a lot more of that if we're going to see it come back into this game 4.
Yep.
My co-commentator's just banging things around in the background here. I like to imagine Darkbot's just stretching across the room right now.
Unfortunately, might be needed
Okay, sure.
by my wife after this set.
What else is needed is some more of those claps.
Oh no. I think it's there's other things going on which I'll have to deal with, unfortunately.
That's okay. It looks like head TO Rendered Spy might be coming in to hold down the forward after this. Oh dear.
Oh my goodness. Well, I think I'm going to say thank you to everyone and unfortunately bid you all farewell here.
Thanks for being a part of the stream.
No worries. Catch you guys soon. Good luck to everybody else.
Oh boy, I'm not a commentator. Sorry in advance. Alright, how are you, SNC?
I'm doing a lot worse now. Commentating with the fraudulent TO Rendered
Yeah,
Spy.
God, fuck that guy, dude. I hate Rendered Spy. That guy stinks, man. What's that guy done for us, anyways? I think we should.
How's the hair status? Clump starting to fall out yet?
Yeah.
The absolute stress of running.
I've got
3
some grey
seasons now.
hairs. I've got some grey hairs coming around.
let's refocus. This should be a celebration.
This should. I'm very glad to be on the final event, and I'm looking forward to seeing what everyone can do. Sorry, let's finish this setup. Sky and
Yeah,
RMD.
let's see the final game here. We're talking about a celebration. One of these players wants to celebrate their progress to the bracket here.
Taking it to Spirit Tree. Yeah, I'm not
another game
surprised.
5 for this bracket.
Oh hell, my time's gonna be. So I'm not gonna have enough time to myself tonight.
God, I feel sorry for whoever's running the stream.
Yeah, I know, poor guy. They must be really sick of this by now. But I mean, I like the I'm liking these picks from Sky. I really like the flat stages.
Yeah, so we've spoken about it a bit so far on the stream. Here's where I'm going to disagree with you. I really think that with a counter pick like this, these overhanging platforms are going to be pretty dangerous. RMD can make really good use of it. We've already seen that RMD likes to be using the forward strong and the edge guards, and with overhang platforms like this, that just makes it all the stronger.
Yeah, that is very true. And I mean, RMD is quite powerful with his edge guards. We
haven't seen it come into play yet in this first stock, but each player closing in on each other, and Sky
that tiny top
taking
loss,
first blood.
Yeah, knocking him all the way up there. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he gets the punish off of it. Doesn't quite manage to kill, but this might.
I mean, yeah, the up special is going to keep carrying, and there we go. Second one does the job.
I mean, this puts it right back to an even game.
Even until we have the Raster off stage, that is. RMD,
well, yeah.
Finding straight hits like that. Upstrong does something absurd, like 18%. It's even just a little bit of charge there, too.
Yeah, no, Upstrong hits so hard.
It's the heavy hitters that just makes a matchup like this tough at times. If you don't have the composure to get around those things, or if you get called out or find yourself in a tough spot.
Yeah, I mean, Raster gets hit by an up smash, and he dies so early off the top as well.
I mean, Raster might die early, but Sky's making it work here.
Yeah, which is, good to see. You don't want to be going out easily on your last game. Oh, that
He's
missed.
getting pushed into these blast zones.
Oh,
and
what is this? What is going on? I mean, RMD comes out on top of that, and all of a sudden this is looking like an RMD game.
Really costly going for something like that and whipping there.
Oh, yeah, against Olympia as well, you just... Ooh.
And this is where RMD finds his footing. He's a stock ahead here, he gets to play back a little bit. Throw out these hitboxes, big, meaty, forward strong.
That builds so much damage as well. That does something like 17, which is ridiculous.
And the up airs here.
And I mean, Sky's at death percent. This is not where you want to be. RMD's almost at the point where Raster, gets some arthritis.
I just feel like Sky hasn't had any control over the pace of this game for
Ooh, that's a nice
the
mix-up.
entirety of the last stock, really.
Yeah.
She has slowed it down here and found that kill, but a lot more work's going to need to be done here, and this is where it starts, hopefully.
Oh, yeah. Holding in on that up tilt will put you in the prime spot to get up beat by Olympia. And that will take it. RMD, 3-2 over Sky.
Really good composure to find the way to finish the game there. And continue into the bracket.
And with that,
There we go.
RMD will play against Gulgum, looks like, after Gulgum has lost a coach.